That's right, Skull Reapers are ready to go and claim the heads of the undead. Look at that Chad walk. Look at his pimp walk with his pimp cane. The rematch, Yolo versus SkarBrand. Will SkarBrand redeem himself to the Blood God on this Blood God map? We will find out. Yolo's brought a very interesting list. Lots of shooting, lots of depth guard. Depth guard heavily armored and heavily anti-infantry. And Skull Reapers are anti-infantry as well, but they're also armored. I would say moderately armored. Almost on the... I would say 70 armor is the high-end point for being in the category of heavy armor. So they're at the top end of medium armor for me. Valkyria, Skull Reapers, Chaos Warriors, the works. It's very elite Khorne build, and a very, it's just gonna be a clash of skulls and blood and all that goodness. Everything you want to see in a fight. Valkyria, though, I think is gonna have a hard time finding her place. Probably scouting out for Morngul's sneakiness, which I don't blame him. That would actually really tear up a lot of this army right now. And trading it in for depth guard is actually kind of the idea. But the depth guard, you gotta think about it. So, Morngul's will get crumped easy, and this is just beautiful animation. I'm getting distracted here how cool these heavy metal boys are. It's so rad. The dream. So yeah, what I was saying, Morngul's get crumped by the Khorne gores, right? So, how do you deal with that? Just more depth guard, more shooting. It really gives the Khorne player a headache having to try to figure that out. Morgul's still have a place, but you really need to back them up. They need to be with spears, they need to be with depth guard. Ooh, spear Slapnir, great. Although the depth guard aren't looking too great, I wonder if that was due to the bombardment and the spear combined. That would make sense. Great use of Valkyria eating bombardments up there in the middle there. Look at this. Oh, it's just a massacre. Lovely. Skull Reapers doing their thing. Surprised they're still animated hulks, maybe Morngul's. Forsaken here coming to help clean up on these big blowy uppy boys, these bombardments. Depth guard will try to clean up those Forsaken if given the shot. Skull Reapers trying to get into those bomber mobs. Man. Yeah, I guess it is a bit predictable what the Khorne player can do here. Yeah, these Forsaken, loving this matchup right now. And with how wide and open this map is, pretty good for shooting factions. How ironic for Khorne players. Skull Reapers just getting blown to shit. And depth guard surrounding the Forsaken that just came on board. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not seeing any Furies, honestly. I usually, if I go up against a shooting faction, I think you guys will see me on the channel enough. I like to save up for like a big mass bombardment of Furies, just like 2 to 3 Furies, and then just send them. And that's when I make my attack. Here comes the first Fury, though. Okay. Yeah, just having 2 Furies, maybe 3 Furies to hit the bomber mobs while the Skull Reapers try to make their way around. Just try to avoid the depth guard. Hit him with Slapnir. Maybe even, yeah, Spear Slapnir. And just go at it. What is going on here? What is this ability? Oh, it's the Vortex. Nice. Oh, absolutely destroying those Furies. Here come the animated hulks as well. Khorne really going unga bunga here. Although he's won both side objectives quite earnestly. SkarBrand-chan has a lot of work to still do. Those depth guard are still in it. And they will clean up Chaos Warriors of Khorne quite easily, along with the Forsaken. Ooh, Bloody Reavers, too. Yeah, they're not going to die anytime soon. I'm surprised there's no Wrathmongers. Wrathmongers, you would think, but with so much shooting with the Vampire Coast, it actually is kind of tough. You can actually get your boy sniped pretty easily. And like I said, this is a very open map. And you don't even bring them out right away. You bring them out of reserves, set them up, and as everything's engaged, you wait for the Furies to come in. You have some Morngul's ready as well. And then just clean up. And the Furies are probably going to be busy trying to deal with the bomber mobs, so you probably could get a freebie on those long-range shooting units. I forget what the name of those units are. They're ghost shooting units. They're like Hawkland long rifles. Or Knoll Ironsides. Something like that. I don't use shooting factions. Wood elves don't count. Dwarves don't count. Anyways, back to it. Reaper's about to be met up here with more Skull Reapers. I'm surprised it's nothing but Skull Reapers. Are those Skull Reapers? Yeah, they must be Skull Reapers. Yeah. Maybe SkarBrand-chan's just a bit shook up from his last engagement against Yolo and doesn't want to risk something high-end. And there they are. There they are, right on the hill, like I was saying. Find out what they're called in a second here. Chaos Warriors are barely holding on. Need to bring units off the hills to come down. Shade Wraiths, that's what they're called. Shade Wraiths, there we go. Yeah, just bring Shade Wraiths now that you know the Furies are gone and have to come back. This leaves those pesky Shade Wraiths to do exactly what they need to do. Hit any valuable targets. Probably Valkia, probably any... Yup, things like Skull Reapers. Yeah, just look at them go. Wrathmongers would definitely take a nice beating from that. Actually curious how that would go. Valkia beating up animated hulks, no surprise there. These Depth Guard are on their last limb and crumbling, so... Yeah, it could be... Yeah, once those Depth Guard are gone, I think it's going to be turning to SkarBrand-chan's favor. I mean, that's what you expect, right? The, Yeah, the Depth Guard are really what hold this whole army together, and... Actually, Yolo has less units than SkarBrand-chan right now, and that is not where you want to be as the Vampire Ghost player. But as a Khorne player, you're having a good old time. You're like, yay, yay. Everything die. Speaking of die, Count Noculus is trying to get in against Valkia. The Shade Wraiths are going to get hit with these nasty. Oh, even Forsaken somehow snuck in here. Oh, okay. Nice. Very nice. Forsaken and Furies. Fury's about to get hit with something. What are they getting hit with? I don't know. Oh, man, the Shade Wraiths are done. Oh, absolutely destroyed. Forsaken, we're going to do it. Fury sure as hell were. Damn, absolutely delete. More Furies coming in to shut down any ranged and shooting. Well, I guess that's the same thing. I guess that's a bit annoying, to say the least. But yeah, coming in to support, shutting down any range shooting units, or just shooting units in general. Ah, man, my throat hurts. Something going around town here. That's on another topic. Fury's jumping in on the Scurvy Dogs. Yeah, it's just SkarBrand-chan is just too much right now. Actually, they're even on units now, huh? Well, I think SkarBrand-chan might have unsummoned some stuff. He is up 2,000 points. How healing plays into that? Hard to say. A lot of invocations going around, Depth Guard healing. Count Noculus, for some reason, is in the middle of a fight between Skull Reapers and Valkia. Although the summons might, yeah, the summon zombies right there might help buffer that. I think Noculus should run while he's got the chance. Fury's picking up more Scurvy Dogs on the side there. Chaos Warriors of Khorne gonna hold and anchor that objective there. And here come deckhand mobs. Definitely not what you want to see. Yeah, where are the Morghuls at? Where are the, where's anything? I mean, there are Khorngors there, so that actually makes it really tough. No Depth Guard. Depth Guard really need to be summoned here any time now. Depth Guard with a bunch of zombie buffer units would be fantastic. And here come more zombies from the top coming down to the low ground. Yeah, Yolo's starting to feel it. Still down 2,000 points. Those deckhand mobs were unprotected and about to get jumped, or gunnery mobs. 2 units of Furies that will mulch them real quick. Yeah, look at that, just vanish. Oh, it's absolutely, as a core player, I love it, but watching from Yolo's perspective, I feel. Here come more Depth Guard right here. Oh, it's the Sword of Khorne. He doesn't even need to do it. Oh, well, I mean, he kind of does need to do it, but he did it anyway. Well, honestly, I think he should have waited. It was a bit preemptive. Waited for the Depth Guard. Once the Depth Guard got in there, trap him with the Furies and then just drop it. Force them to eat shit. And then bam. Run away the last second. You know that sword is about to drop. But SkarBrand-chan made his choice. And I think that Sword of Khorne pretty much nailed that coffin for these Vampire Ghosts. Because there's really not much else they could really do. I mean, Yeah, I don't see how they really come back. I mean, actually, I take that back. They're flipping the middle objective quite hard. Noculus still isn't front. The Furies are really... Yeah, never mind. Actually, looking back at it. Yeah, they got the top. They got the middle. Maybe. Maybe the Furies were a bit of a problem. They have no real good targets now that the gunnery mobs are gone, so... Yeah, actually, I think he comes back on this. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon there. Count Noculus sitting here trying to deal with Valkia. Duel of the Fates there. Skull Reaper's coming in, trying to come in, and... Ooh, yeah. Even though Valkia is anti-large, he's still a solid duelist. And with Depth Guard supporting, though, it's Skull Reapers trying to get to Noculus and Depth Guard trying to get to Valkia. What a show. Man, and the Furies are just picking apart these Scurvy Dogs so they can't reinforce. Very good play here by SkarBrand-chan. Just using the Furies just to intercept reinforcements. That's, oh, very good play there. Even though they're meant to take on those pesky shooting units, still great for using them to block reinforcements. And looking at this Depth Guard going at it against these Skull Reapers. This is so fantastic. Now here's a question for you guys. Maybe you might know this. Are Skull Reapers actually Overworld or AOS? I don't know. I know Wrathmongers are AOS. I don't know about Skull Reapers. I have to go check it out this game. Because they look rad as hell. I'm wondering, oh man, I want to like kit bash some models now. Oh, Count Noculus is down for the count. How odd. Valkia and the Skull Reapers have been taken into Pound Town. I think that's the edge that SkarBrand-chan here needs. Because once he goes, yeah, there's not much left. Maybe him. Nope, there he goes. He falls. The Lord is done. Onto the ground. More bodies for the Blood God. 7 units to 9 at this point. Depth Guard aren't going anywhere. And they still might be able to mulch most of this army. But without any healing support or anything, it's just going to be bad. I think that's going to be it, though. He's going to flip it down to 6 units now. I can't really see. I say that. I might be calling it too soon again. Maybe SkarBrand-chan loses a hefty unit. Could lose Valkia. That could turn the tide quite easily. Yolo has both side objectives again. So, actually, SkarBrand-chan's not out of this yet. And he's got a lot of infantry. They're slow. There's a lot of range unit. There's a range unit to just pick anything off. It's just where do they want to go? Where do they want to go? Oh man, the Depth Guard. Definitely the MVPs here have to be the Depth Guard and the Skull Reapers, no doubt. Just the duel of the fates. Khorne have had their moments here and there against animated hulks. Actually, what I'd like to have seen from Yellow is actually do some Morghuls, some sneaky Morghuls on side plays. Even with Valkia there, when you have Depth Guard trying to hold the position, Morghuls just cleaning up would be nice. Or even trapping Valkia. That forces the Khorne to go on these side objectives. Then you can maybe sneak in an animated Hulk in there, in the middle. Just force the Khorne to be on multiple objectives. Yeah, it's just, yes, the Vampire Count player, you know you're going to get rushed. Just try to bait out the call-ins and try to have the counterplay for that. And you can do that as the Vampire Coast player. All your stuff's cheap. You can summon out cheap zombies for something and have the counterplay ready by the time it happens. By the time the 650 Furies come out or the 800 points Forsaken come out. Dogs in some cases. I doubt it though. And I think that's how you play it. Just bait out their good units and then just countercharge them. Or shoot them down. Or blow them up with bomber mobs. Something like that. That's normally how you do it. That's how I do it on tabletop. That's how I do it here. And it seems that would be ideally how it works. Easier said than done, because the Khorne player Furies are fast. They can see it coming. You can pick them up before they charge in. Speaking of charge in, the Skull Reapers are going to charge into those deck mobs and absolutely start crumping. Man, this is just such a hard matchup. Yeah. Yep, Khorne's cleaning up. Here come those animated Hulks now. Not really sure where they want to go. I mean, they can go into Skull Reapers, but Skull Reapers they'll still do a pretty good fight. Nice buffer of shooting units. And yeah, dogs to come in and try to mulch Skull Reapers, or Scurvy Dogs, yeah, and it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. And I like Yolo's choice here. He's going to overload one flank and force SkarBrand-chan to move those units in the center to either one of the other side objectives to either reinforce or try to capture. He could shoot Valkyries. Nice little bait there with the Scurvy Dogs. Khorne Gores here now. See, this is what I was saying. Just have cheap things and just force out the baits while you try to blow them up. Shoot them down. Get sneaky. Very methodical. Very well done by Yolo. His execution has been pretty good. Bit lapses here or there. Like losing Count Noculus. Yeah, as soon as you see the Skull Reapers, I think just run away with Count Noculus. There's no reason for him to really be there. Maybe bring in a Bomber Mob or two. Once you know the Furies are gone. And another Sword of Khorne! Oh! Man, the swords have been pretty on point. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much done. Once the Sword of Khorne dropped, the base hit, and that was game. Well done, SkarBrand-chan. That was a grind. Oh my goodness. We were grinding that game. Chaos Warriors of Khorne did well. Skull Reapers summoned in twice, so they did okay. They did okay in my book. I'm surprised this went as well. Maybe you could get some mortars in here. Although artillery wouldn't be ideal with Furies. Unless you have them protected by Morghuls, just maybe. Could be an idea, triple mortars. Could whittle down the Skull Reapers enough where the depth card can just deal with the front line and then just have Morghuls summons in for the rest of the stuff. For the eventual Furies push. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know what you would try on this matchup or that might work. But yeah, we're at the end of the video, folks. Enough of that brainstorming. If you like the videos, please like it. Sub. We're on the road to 2,000 right now. Would appreciate all that. Come see me on the stream by joining the Discord, either to play games or just show some love. Always appreciated that. Alright, folks, with all that said, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.